As much as I, like many others, would like to see NAOYA INOUE fight in the US, let alone go up against someone who can be a legitimate threat to him, the truth is, he really doesn't have to. I mean, we're not only talking about a 4-division world champion, but also the only other fighter in the 4-belt era to become a 2-time undisputed champion aside from Bud Crawford. The monster has proven himself time and time again to be the real deal, whether you're a fanboy of his opposition or not. He's had fights where he's looked unstoppable, and even moments where he was evidently human. Now, it's a given. I, just like everyone else, would love to see a Bam Rodriguez versus NAOYA INOUE bout eventually, because of course the talent and skill level appears to be close. But when it all comes down to it, Bam isn't ready to move up just yet. And did it ever occur to anyone, what will the haters say in the event that INOUE does end up getting the best of Bam if or when they do fight each other? What are we gonna start this shit where we keep throwing Tank's name in there as if the two names are synonymous? I fully understand how a Tank versus INOUE matchup seems reminiscent of Floyd and Manny, but at some point we have to be honest with ourselves. They are not Mayweather or Pacquiao, and they honestly don't belong anywhere near each other. Check it out. If this were a universe in Dragon Ball Z, Marvel, Pokemon or some shit like that, the fight would make perfect sense. But that's the thing. This isn't a series, movie, or cartoons, dog. This is real life, and INOUE vs. Tank is damn near equivalent to Crawford vs. Canelo, or even Tank vs. Terrence Crawford for that matter. Add that all in with the fact that INOUE is already at his 4th weight class, and it's common sense why the thought of that has its limits. Yes, due to the caliber of all 4 fighters, most folks would like to make an exception for these matchups. Yes, one of those bouts just might be made soon and is on the verge of a possibility, but we have to remember these dudes are still human. Every fan wants to see shit like this until they face the reality that it's a recipe for disaster. You remember when Money Mike asked Craig in the movie Friday After Next, have you ever seen a Rottweiler fight a Chihuahua? Me neither, but it ain't pretty. So let's all calm down on the hypotheticals for now and focus on what's realistic at the moment. Look, I get it. INOUE's hitting guys like DJ Dehaney so hard with body shots to the point where he broke the man's back. Spinal. That's something straight out of a comic book, but this is boxing. And until NAOYA INOUE runs into someone at whatever weight class he's campaigning in, we just have to accept the fact that he's the Roy Jones Jr. of the 122-pound division, and maybe these guys aren't nobodies. Maybe he just makes them look like nobody. That can be beneficial for the time being and maybe even detrimental in the long run, but this is where he's at right now. Also, there are guys out there that he is or will have to see soon enough. According to Bob Arum, INOUE's next fight should be against Sam Goodman, with a following bout being held in Las Vegas come 2025. So everyone hollering that shit about him not fighting outside of Japan can just put a sock in it. We might as well just focus on who his opponent for that fight could be, because the fact of the matter is this. INOUE was in NY when Shushu Carrington put on a show for Madison Square Garden, furthermore proving that he has no problem traveling to US soil or being in the same vicinity as a potential competitor. And another thing is, when it all boils down, INOUE's bread and butter is his homeland of Japan, where he made his name. He's the star around those parts, so it's a no-brainer why most of his fights have been held there. Even if he is a top-ranked fighter, the monster was never promoted to cater to the US audience rather than the boxing audience as a whole. And if you are an American like myself who has no problem breaking Monday night or waking up extra early on a Tuesday morning, then I'm sure that registers clearly for you. If not, you might as well hold your suggestions or opinions. I don't know, maybe some of you would like to believe he's on steroids just because it's mind-blowing to see INOUE get down. Hey, it's like a buddy of mine recently said, he's just too good for a man that small. And yeah, that's usually how most of us feel when we watch him in action. I'll tell you one thing though, since Stephen Fulton Jr. went out of his way to travel to Japan and get dog walked by INOUE, Cool Boy might want to get out on the phone for a rematch when Bob has INOUE touch down in Las Vegas next year. Then let's see if that first ass whooping was tainted or a fluke. I mean, I don't see why not. I know the guy we all call MJ has been adamant about facing INOUE and just called him out once again, welcoming a fight in Las Vegas or anywhere of the monster's choice. That right there is what it's all about, and what most fight fans and spectators should be invested in when it comes to the rare breed known as INOUE. Pop off.